John and I are on our big trip. This is our spring big trip. Oh, say that three times fast.
How many days is it going to be?
57 days. Hello, everybody. Joyce here with the Traveling Gamblers, and I am here with John. Hello, John.
Hello, Joyce.
And John and I are on our big trip. This is our spring big trip. Oh, say that three times fast.
How many days is it going to be?
57 days.
Right.
From the day we leave, which was today, until the day we get home. We will be away for a total of 57 days.
Right. So we're not going to do a daily vlog.
Right.
Right. So
let's tell them.
Okay. Why don't we tell these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, we're not editing the videos like
right.
we did the last time. We're not editing these.
Right.
We'll put some B-roll in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think occasionally we'll do a question here and there, maybe as a little survey kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're not going to do one every single day. That was a lot of work, to be honest. And I know that you guys enjoyed it, but it was a lot.
Yes.
So we are on a transatlantic. We are on the Celebrity Ascent. We are in an aqua cabin for 15 nights. This is night 1. And we're going to give you a rundown of our day, and we're going to tell you what our plans are for the next 56 days and what our plans are for sharing that with you.
Right.
So what did we do today?
Well,
first of all, it's Happy Easter.
Yes.
Happy Easter, everybody that celebrates.
So we decided to park.
Tell them. Remember, we're looking at the green dot, buddy.
I don't see a green dot.
Right there.
I'm colorblind. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So usually we park at either Park and Go at a friend's house, but since it's such a long trip.
Well, let me just clarify. Yeah. We have friends, very good, dear friends. My lifetime friend, Leah. Leah and Robbie live about a half an hour from the port and from Fort Lauderdale. And they have always been gracious to offer for our car to stay in their driveway. And they would then drive us to the port, and then they would pick us up. And that's if there was, if it was a cruise that was, you know, more than
14 days,
more than two weeks. And we feel like we've just been doing that a lot lately, and they need to drive our car to keep the battery charged, and you know, all that stuff. And I just feel like it's a big responsibility. So John and I talked about it, and yes, they offered, and they would not mind whatsoever. But we decided that we were going to try something different. And we did.
Yeah, we rented a car yesterday, picked it up at 2 o'clock, and I'm glad it was 2 o'clock because I didn't realize they were closing at 2 o'clock, so we were there a little bit before then.
We were supposed to pick it up at 1:30.
Right. And
that's why they let us, I guess, schedule it to be picked up at 1:30.
Right.
So,
and then we were supposed to get a mid-size, no, a Malibu or something.
Right, a mid-size car.
We ended up with an Audi.
Right.
Yes,
so it was interesting the way that it ended up. I said to John, maybe we should go pick up the rental car towards the closing in the future, because there was a couple that was there. Everybody else had a reservation for the car. We rented it from Enterprise. Excuse me. And there was one couple that had been sent over from a car dealership because their car needed to be, whatever. And so it was an unexpected rental. And the guy said, well, you're going to have to wait until we fill all of these people's reservations. And then whatever we have left, it's Easter and we have practically nothing left in inventory. So you're going to get whatever we have left. And they said, okay. And the lady said, I really want an SUV because that's what I drive. And he said, I can tell you, you're probably not going to get an SUV. So it comes down to them and us are the last two. The other people rented bigger, very specific, like a van and things like that. So they were very specific vehicles. And so it was us for a mid-size car and then them for whatever was left. And I went up to the counter and he kind of whispered, well, first he said to them, that's probably what you're going to get. And he pointed to the car outside and it was an Audi.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful new Audi.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I need an SUV. And everybody in the place was like, are you crazy? Take the Audi. And her husband was like, yeah, we're okay with the Audi. It's okay. So when we got up to the counter, he kind of whispered to me and said, we've got 2 left. Got a Jeep or we've got an Audi. And I said, let them have the Jeep. It's okay. We would have rather had the Jeep, but I said, let them have the Jeep. It's okay, because she really wanted the SUV. And I said to John, worst things that have happened to us, right? Choice between a Jeep and an Audi when we paid for a Malibu.
So we finally had that. Then we went back to celebrate Easter.
Yes.
With
Easter.
Easter. That's the New York accent, Long Island accent. So with the little one.
Well, with more than just the little one.
Well,
so our kids came over for dinner. Our daughter-in-law and grandson were there for most of the day. And then our daughter came over around 1. And the 3 ladies, me, my daughter and my daughter-in-law, we made dinner. And we had a wonderful, nice Easter meal. And our son came over, and he was working, and our son-in-law was working also. They came over, and the 7 of us had a very nice meal together, and we went in the pool for a little while, and we had an Easter egg hunt for our grandson, and he's so cute.
So then, before we went to bed, you started, what was the show that you have me watch now that I didn't watch before?
Tulsa King.
Yeah, Tulsa
King. Well, let's finish up about Easter.
Okay, well, the next day.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was today.
Oh.
Today's Easter.
Oh, yeah.
It's still Easter. So, so they all stayed. We made cupcakes. We dyed Easter eggs. We did all kinds of fun family stuff. And this was an amazing week at home. We spent lots and lots of time with our family, and it was just really great. We went to our son and daughter-in-law's for dinner. My daughter came over, and we spent the afternoon in the pool. I saw my grandson like 3 or 4 times. It was a really great day, a great week, really wonderful week, and a much needed unconditional love week. It was really terrific to be home for the week. So we packed, and we had everything done by Friday night, which is amazing for me because I usually pack the morning of the cruise.
Yes. But since it's so many days, we figured.
We wanted to be completely done so we could dedicate our time to the family on Saturday, and then this morning.
And for this long trip, we packed 1 large suitcase each.
Yes.
And a backpack.
Yes.
Because we only really need 7 days worth of clothes.
Yeah.
7, 8 days. Because we get our laundry done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that worked out.
I think maybe at the end of this cruise, not the end of this cruise, but at the end of the trip, maybe when we get on our last cruise, maybe I'll do a video and show you what we packed and do my packing and John's packing, and I'll show you how we packed, why we picked what we picked, and because we're going to have pretty much like a springtime weather for the most part. Everywhere we're going, and we'll tell you later everywhere we're going. But for right now, for this cruise, what did we do today?
Today we drove the rental car to the airport.
Yes, we left our house about 10:30.
We went to get Starbucks.
Went to Starbucks and got some coffee, and it took us about an hour to drive down. And
then we parked and took a taxi. And we ended up here about 1 o'clock.
Yeah. We were on the ship around 1.
We have some friends here. So 2 of our friends, John and Kimmy, found us in cab. They were the first people to introduce themselves to us when we first started our channel. Almost 3 years ago. We had like 76 subscribers at that time, and we have 23,000 now, I think. And
they were the first people to recognize us as the Traveling Gamblers.
Yeah, and they're on the ship now.
John was, and they're a really lovely couple, and they brought us an anniversary card and gave us a little gift, and it was just so sweet and thoughtful, and they're just such really nice, sincere people. Yeah, and we knew that we discovered that we were going to be on the Transatlantic together. Did you know that we were going to be on the one after?
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't share that with me. I just found out today that they're going to be on the one after as well. So that's
but yeah, because we did discuss that.
That's awesome. So we'll be able we'll spend a good amount of time together because this transatlantic is 15 nights, and we'll give you the breakdown on what it's going to look like. Do you know?
No. Well, we have like 7 days. It's we go to Bermuda in 3 days, I think. And
so
there,
today was embarkation day, which to me kind of feels like a sea day. But tomorrow and the next day are sea days. And then we arrive in Bermuda. And from Bermuda,
we go to Gibraltar, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We go to Gibraltar.
And I have no idea after that.
And we are at sea from the time we leave Bermuda till the time we arrive in Gibraltar for 7 days straight.
Okay.
We love sea days. 7 days is a lot. It's the most we've ever done in a row.
So we don't plan to go into the casino until the day of Gibraltar? What?
Yeah.
Right? Day after? Is that what we decided?
We're not sure. We're still talking about it.
Okay.
We're not sure what we're going to do
play
as far
cards.
as that goes. You know what? Some days we wake up and we're like, we're not going to the casino, and 15 minutes later we're in the casino.
You look surprised because I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to play games.
Right.
And I brought some crafts from home to do. And I'll share those with you as we go along. So we're not going to do a daily vlog for the days at sea, because it is a lot of days at sea, and it's kind of like Groundhog Day. After a while, we feel like we are like kind of reaching for things to talk about and things that we did. We may, after 3 days, so we'll record when we get off the ship in Bermuda. We're going to record some and do some photos, and then we'll talk about what we did in Bermuda. So we'll do a video that day. And during the 7 sea days, we may decide to do a video here and there and just kind of tell you what we've been doing, but we may not. We're not sure. We're really going to just wing it as far as that goes, depending on how much stuff and how much different stuff we do. Now, the sea days, transatlantics are a very different cruise than any other cruise. The cruise line, Celebrity, plans a lot. They plan a lot of different things. There's a lot of entertainment. There's enrichment talks. There's lots of activities because they don't want people being bored, and you definitely could get bored. So, as John said, we get to Gibraltar.
Yawning.
And then I think we have a day at sea, and then the next day I think we are in Cartagena, Spain.
Before Gibraltar?
No, after Gibraltar.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we go to Gibraltar, then we have a day at sea, and then we're in Cartagena, and I can't even look at it because we're using my phone to record this. And we go, I think we go to Cartagena, and then we go one more place, I can't remember where, and then I think that's it. And they think we end then in Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome. We don't go into Rome. Rome is a few hours from Civitavecchia. But we're staying on the ship. We're doing a back-to-back, and we'll talk about that cruise then. But every day that we get off the ship, we're going to take some B-roll. We'll take some videos and some photos of the things that we're doing. We'll give you some tips and tricks and things that we learned along the way. This is our 7th transatlantic in 2 years.
This is our anniversary cruise.
It is.
Number 25.
Yes, 3 days ago, John and I celebrated
number 25.
Our 25th wedding anniversary.
And the next cruise is going to be our number 100th cruise on Celebrity.
Yes, so lots of celebrations this trip, and we're really excited. We're with some really wonderful people that we really enjoy their time and friendship, and it's going to be great. Yes. We're going to make lots of memories, lots of new adventures ahead. We're going to some places that we've never been before, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So we got on board around 1. We went
to cab. No, we went to room, dropped off some things, went to cab.
And we met up with John and Kimmy.
Right.
Talmadge and Richard. Suzanne and Bob.
Right.
And we had a really nice couple of hours just chatting and catching up.
Right.
And then we came back to our cabin around 3:30,
Yes.
and our suitcases were here. Yay.
And we unpacked.
We fully unpacked, and as John said, we each brought one large suitcase and one backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so proud of us for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And we unpacked and we relaxed and we got the whole cabin set up and we really took our time. And then then we got ready for dinner.
Yeah, so we ate in Blue.
And we went to Blue because we're in an aqua cabin.
Yeah.
And we went to dinner with Suzanne and Bob, and what a lovely couple.
Right.
We've known them for a little bit, and our friend Talmadge introduced them to us, and they're really sweet.
So
they're really sweet. We had a really lovely dinner.
We have some pictures of the food we had, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. We did.
Okay.
I took some pictures of the food that we had in Blue, and it was a really delicious dinner. I had a Spanish egg, and it's little chunks of potato and a poached egg and this really good, slightly spicy sauce, and it's really delicious. I've had it many times, and every time I have it, I'm like, this is so good. I should get this all the time. And then for my entree, what did I have?
Everybody had the braised short rib.
The entire table,
Yes.
all four of us.
It was really good.
We all ordered the same entree.
I almost didn't get it because it's usually fatty, but this one was not too fatty.
No, it was very
really
good. It was very good.
Delicious.
Served over some green beans and mashed potatoes. And there was a picture of, Suzanne's corn soup from Blue,
Right.
which is delicious, which I don't know how I missed it because I would have ordered it.
Yeah.
And then there's also a picture of the bruschetta, right? Did I take a picture of the bruschetta?
I don't know. I'm not sure because that was
I
a
don't remember
Tuscan.
either.
I don't know if you want
John
to.
got that
Yeah.
from...
And I had a salad, a garden salad. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
so
they
things
picture
that weren't like exclusive to Blue, I didn't take pictures of.
And
then for dessert, I ordered the apple pie and ice cream, the apple pie a la
you
mode.
didn't eat it. You didn't.
Well.
Or you had a taste, I guess.
And then what did you have? The lava cake?
Yeah, the chocolate lava cake.
Was it good?
It was good. I shouldn't have had it.
Okay. It sounded like it wasn't good.
No, it was delicious.
And then after dinner?
With coffee ice cream. After dinner.
I don't like coffee ice cream.
After dinner we walked 5 laps.
We did. So
Yeah.
it was really funny. So we were walking the laps. So we went on the walking track, and it's super windy out. The temperature was nice, but it was super windy. And we were walking, and as we went around the second time, there was a couple, and she was taking pictures of him, and he was doing poses out on the deck and stuff. And they were about our age. And then when we walked around again, there was that same couple with another couple. And I said, would you like me to take your picture? And they were like, no. Oh, yeah, okay. So I took the picture of the 4 of them. I went to take the picture of the 4 of them, and he says, oh, 1 second. And he calls out for somebody behind me. And I turn around, and there's a lady coming, and she's like, oh, they were speaking in a different language. She's like, oh, I have to go get him. And she left to go get, I think, what was her husband. And John and I are just standing there waiting for these 6 people to get their act together for us to take a picture of them. And I took a photo of them, and then they handed me another camera to take another photo of them. And they were like, oh, you're professional. And I was like, no, I'm not a professional. And John goes, well, she kind of is. We have a YouTube channel. And they were like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. And it was just very funny because something that we just innocently said, would you like us to take a quick photo? And turned out to be like a 10 or 15 minute exchange with them.
Then we continued walking after that.
Yes, we did.
And we did which is a mile.
And I took a couple pictures of it was absolutely gorgeous. So here's a couple photos of what we saw as we were walking.
Yeah, the deck and that.
Absolutely
the pool.
beautiful. Yeah, really beautiful.
Did you get the elephant? No, the octopus? It's an octopus.
Yeah, I did. Right? I actually took a picture from both angles.
So it's interesting. The octopus on this, each of the Edge class ships has like a silver sculpture. It's not silver. It's the color's metal. And when we did the tour of the ship,
well, no, they're not all metal because the elephant is white.
Oh yeah.
and the butterfly is white.
Right.
They're all different. They're all
For the
different.
edge
They're
crusher.
different medium. Yeah.
But when you did the tour on the inaugural cruise, the artist of the the octopus artist got in touch with you and wanted to use the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
I got an email one day, and it was
Mm.
a gentleman saying that he was the man who actually sculpted the octopus, and said he saw our video and loved the videography of the octopus in the video that we made, and wanted to know if he could take that clip and use it in his own personal portfolio.
Mm.
So before I responded to him, I did some research, and I wanted to make sure that it was really the person that he said he was, and indeed he was the artist.
Yeah.
And so
That's pretty cool.
yeah, so that was really cool.
For this picture.
So if you guys haven't seen it and you'd like to see what we're talking about, we'll put the link in below to the Ascent tour.
Okay. Yeah.
So after we walked and took some pictures of the scenery and the fellow passengers, we
went to the show. It was Talmadge's friend, the Monique.
Our friend Talmadge.
Yeah. Monique
Marvez.
Yes. She's a very funny comedian.
We've seen her many times. She's on the celebrity ships a lot, and she is so funny. She plays off the audience, so all of her material is different every time we've seen her, because she's interacting with the audience. And she's just really, she's a little sarcastic and just
she's funny.
Observational humor, and she's really
And
funny.
she'll be back in a few days with
and her adult show
was
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we forgot to say, after dinner we came up to the cabin before we went on our walk. I think it was before we went on. Yes, after dinner, before we went on our walk, we brought, as we always do, we brought some stuff for the crew, and we brought a tremendous amount of candy. And you want to grab that bag of candy that's in there? So we brought 10 boxes of Easter M&Ms. So big size box of M&Ms. And we brought them for the cruise
we have
in
two,
the
we have another one.
Yeah. We of 10. It's okay, come back.
Okay.
We bought 10 boxes of those. So we gave them out because today is Easter, and we said Happy Easter to all of them. And so we did that, and then we brought the bag back to the room. So that was something that we did in between. And then we brought this, and we're going to give this to them later in the cruise, because we don't want to give it to them all in one day. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
big. How many pounds?
I don't know. We brought 2. It's
it's
4.5, almost 5 pounds.
It felt like 10.
Well, it is 10.
With the 2 bags.
So there's 2 bags. There's this one, and then there's another variety of the same thing. So we brought 10 pounds of chocolate plus the boxes of and they just love it so much, and they're so sweet.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. We feel like we have so many crew members that are like our children from all around the world. They're awesome.
Yes.
And that's it. After the comedy show, we came back to our cabin, and here we are recording this.
Yes.
John has new sneakers.
Yes,
very nice.
Yes.
And that's it. That does it for embarkation day on the Transatlantic.
It's going to be a really exciting cruise.
Yeah, so we'll see you on the next one that we do.
I did not have a cheese Danish today. I'm cutting back. What?
Well, you didn't have a cheese Danish because we weren't here in the morning.
I know, but I'm cutting back on cheese Danishes.
Okay, that's good.
You know,
I think that's better. Yeah.
You know, they're delicious.
I had sunburn on my back while we were home, and it's super itchy. And that does it. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe below this video. We are so close. We are now at
just about 23.
23. We might even be at 23.
Yeah.
So we need 2 more thousand. We keep them coming. 2 more hundred. 2 more thousand.
2 more thousand.
23,000. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. 2 more thousand, and we'll be at 25,000. That's our next goal. So help us out. If you enjoyed it, share it. Show somebody else it, and maybe they'll like it and they'll subscribe. We really appreciate your support.
And as always,
we hope you have a wonderful day.
See you soon.